Are girls a distraction from the gym? Now, if you had an abundance of girls texting you right now who were into you, you would initiate with them, okay? So you giving excuses like girls are a distraction or I'm focusing on myself or just focus on yourself, king, that is purely an excuse because you don't have the skill to get with girls, okay? And so if you had the skill, you would just be better at it. And so the only reason you're not initiating girls is just because you're not good at it, okay? And so today I want to go over your life right now and your potential, like where you can actually get to with girls, right? What you want, right? Basically about like authenticity, doing what you actually want, and then approaching, okay? So your life right now probably looks like this. Gym, work slash studies, and then sleep. And then maybe goon here. Right? This is probably what your life looks like right now. And bro, your potential, if you already have an all right physique, maybe your physique is like 5 out of 10, okay? And then maybe your face, let's say maybe you got lucky, it's like a 6 out of 10. Bro, with this, right, maybe your flirting skills, maybe your socializing skills are right now like a 2 out of 10, right? The constraint right now is going to be the flirting skills, okay? Now, if you get this up to like an 8 out of 10 flirting skills, right, 8 out of 10, you're going to be able to get way more girls, right? Like, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. You could probably have like a girl right now in your life within like 1 week. Like if you had 8 out of 10 flirting skills, right, and you didn't go out of your way to like really approach and stuff. And so your life right now looks like this, but you could be getting way more girls, okay? And so the only thing that we need to fix is just your flirting skills, okay? And so this is the sort of do what you want mentality that I want to get into, is what you actually want is you probably want more girls, right? You probably want more girls. Or maybe you want a girlfriend, right? Let's say you want a girlfriend. If you want that, right? If you want a girlfriend right now, and that's what you authentically want, but you cover it up with something like, I'm just working on myself, that you're not really doing what you want. You're just like excusing yourself, right? From progressing, right? You're just like, you're basically just procrastinating on it, right? You're saying like, I'm going to do it later, right? Because all of these are like, I'm focusing on myself right now, basically, so that I can then go and get a girlfriend later. But that logic doesn't make sense because why don't you just get one right now, right? And so, yeah, so you get a girlfriend, right? So do what you want. This is like, what you authentically want is probably you want like a girl, right? Maybe you want multiple, right? Maybe you want a girl. And the only reason you don't have that is because you're not good at it, okay? So we just need to make you better at it, okay? And so how you're going to do this, there's sort of like a couple levels to this, is number one, becoming like the social Chad. This is sort of level one, social Chad. Then level two is going to be like, so social Chad is usually means like talking to guys, usually. It's mainly just going to be talking to guys, yeah? Then you're going to start talking to some girls, right? So start talking to some girls, right? But this is probably going to be some like indirect approach, something like, excuse me, do you know what time the gym closes? Something like that, okay? And then step three, this is where you go and it's like, you like do an actual approach where it's like, oh, you're cute, what's your name? Give me your Instagram, whatever, okay? And so that's like actual approaching. And so you need to start off sort of here at level one, but getting through these is actually pretty quick because social skills are like very easy to like move on skill. Like you don't really need a rest day or anything. You can just like keep going, boom, 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 right? And so you can probably go from step 0, right, which is you, right? You can probably go from step 0 to step 3 and not gonna lie, like maybe 3 weeks, right? You can do this stuff really quick. So social chat, talking to guys, this is basically just gonna be like talking to some guy in the gym, like, yo bro, what are you hitting today? Yo bro, you got a cool physique and so on. Should be pretty easy to do. Okay, after that, you just do the same thing, but with some girls, it's like, yo, excuse me, what time is it? Yo, excuse me, what time does gym close? just like talk to some girls, right? Just get it a bit normalized talking to girls. Then maybe you start talking to more girls in general, right? Maybe you then split it from like, maybe right now you're talking to girls, like you're talking to guys 90% of the time, then to girls 10% of the time, here in step 2. Then you just change it, you just talk to maybe 50-50, right? That's what you change your goal to. Okay? And then step 3 is gonna be actually approaching, right? This is now the third part I want to get into this video. Because the thing is, right, there are, like, you've definitely seen girls who you like near you, right? Maybe you were at the gym and then you saw some girl and you thought she was cute, right? With that girl, the only reason you didn't initiate was because you didn't have the approaching skill. Now, this is such a good skill because it's basically free game, bro. Because you're anyways going to go around and live your life. You're going to go to the gym. You're going to maybe travel, right? You're going to do all of these things regardless, right? You're going to go out. You're going to go to some restaurant. And you're going to see this cute girl regardless, right? And whether you approach or not, right? It doesn't take any more energy from like what you're doing, right? And maybe it might even take away energy, right? I mean, you're probably feeling worse if you don't approach, right? Because if you know, like, wow, I could have approached her, but I didn't, then it's like, oh, wow, you actually feel horrible, right? Versus if it's like, if you don't know you can approach and you just see her like, oh, she's cute, but like you never even had the thought of approaching her, then you don't actually feel horrible. But now that you're watching a video like this, you're basically entitled to approach, bro. So when you see some cute girl, like even if you're outside at, let's say, the mall, right? For no reason, you can go up to her. Like what the strategy is, listen, bro. You don't go up to her and think about what to say before you go, okay? You start walking, okay? Then you think about what to say. So it's like, you start walking, and it's like you walk up to her, and just trust yourself that you won't say something like, something that will get you in jail, right? You just trust yourself that you won't say something that will get you in jail. Like, you could literally just walk up to someone and just say, hi. Like, yeah, okay, it's probably not the best opening line, right? Like, it's optimizing, whatever. But you're gonna talk to one more person, right? You're gonna maybe talk to one more girl, and you have, like, the potential of getting one more Instagram, right? Potential of going on more dates. And so, purely approaching, right? You're going to go about your life, so go ahead and approach regardless, okay? Now, I want to give you some more autistic tips for actually approaching. Now, there are a couple of these, okay? Depending on where you're at. One really good one, if you're out, like, in the city, is, do you know any good restaurants around here? Okay, so that's, like, the restaurant approach. Do you know any good restaurants around here? That one works, like, really well. Especially here in Asia, like I found like many times you have to be a little bit indirect, okay? So it's like, hey, excuse me, do you know any good restaurants around here? Like, maybe you just like, you just for some reason being like, oh, actually we live in the town or whatever, and it's like, I just came to the city, do you know any good place to eat? And then they're going to be like, oh yeah, there's this good place there. And then you're like, oh, have you eaten yet? And then if they're like, no, and then you'll be like, oh, actually, let's go eat together. And then it's like, boom, done, right? That's a really good one. I'm dropping you the sauce here, bro. This is actually worth so much money. So restaurant is the first one. The other one is like the photo approach. Photo approach works so well. Okay? So if you're somewhere where people generally take photos, like I'm in Asia, so it's like people take more photos in general, right? But if you're somewhere like downtown or somewhere there's like I don't know how I can say this. Maybe there's like some famous thing, right? You just ask someone like, excuse me, can you take a photo of me, right? Especially if it's like a cute girl, right? So you ask her, and then, bro, everyone's gonna say yes, right? Like I've had like, I don't know, like very few people decline to this. So most people are gonna say yes, okay? Then once she says yes, she takes the photo, then when she's taking the photo, you can base receptiveness on there. So it's like if she's like laughing, if she's giggling, if she's with her friends, and then they're like also taking a photo, that's when you know like they actually really like you, right? If they're taking a photo of you while the other girl is also taking a photo, then it's like they really like you. But the photo approach, bro, you basically just like let them take the photo, you base receptiveness off of that, then they show you the photo on your own phone. Maybe you even like hold her hand, right, to like guide to like show you the photo, and then you're like, okay, if it's good or not, whatever. And then maybe like from there, it's like it should be pretty easy. You're like, oh, you're actually really good and taking photos. And it's like, what's your name? And then maybe you give a compliment from there. Maybe you don't give a compliment if you're nervous. Maybe you from there just ask for the Instagram, right? Maybe you're like, okay, actually, you take great photos. We should go out, for a coffee sometime. And then you're like, let me get your Instagram, right? Something like that. You don't even have to give a compliment, okay? The other one is direct approach, okay? Direct approach. So it's like, you're really cute. What's your name? The thing with this one is like, just don't fumble it. You have to have a little bit more confidence to do this one. If you go up to a girl and you're like, excuse me, like if you're acting nervous and then you're like, compliment, right? You just say it out of nowhere, right? Like many people won't even say excuse me, right? That's the other thing. Make sure you get their full attention, right? Excuse me, like 1, 2, 3 times, 4 times. Until you have their full attention, let it pause there for a second. Then say what you were gonna say, okay? So make sure you have the full attention. Don't like if the girl is walking and then it's like you're walking, you're really cute, and then just keep walking. Like she didn't even know you were speaking to her, right? So yeah, that's the other thing. So get their attention. Okay, so get the attention. And then the other thing is you can do the name thing. Okay, so the name thing is where you ask for their name. Like let's say I do an approach. It's like, hey, excuse me, you're really pretty. What's your name? They give you the name, right? So it's like whatever. Let's say Amy, right? Oh, nice to meet you, Amy. You let it float there for a little bit. Just let it float. If she asks for your name back, that's like another thing that she's more into you than if she didn't, right? If she doesn't ask for your name back, she's probably like a little bit less into you. Sometimes girls are just nervous though, so this is just like a small thing. If she doesn't ask for your name back, it's not the end of the world though. So yeah, bro, you're gonna anyways go out of your way, right? You're anyways gonna go live your life, okay? So there's no point of not approaching, right? You're gonna have more energy, you're gonna feel better, and you're just gonna live a cooler life, more adventurous life, bro. Who doesn't want that? And the only reason you're not living that life right now is because you're giving these like BS excuses right now to not approach while they're free, like there's free game in front of you every single day. So yeah, bro, I really appreciate you watching this video. If you want more help from me personally, I've put a link, that's the first link, to book a call with me, and I'll help you out personally for an hour. The second link is my free community where you can just go ahead and join. There are about like 180 other people on there. So yeah, bro, book a call and have an absolutely amazing day. Keep overloading, bro.